Good morning, guys. From me on board 5405 on the 16 service between Stourbridge and Wolverhampton, or Dinglehampton, as we're going for another Wolverhampton adventure.
Next stop,
Today's adventure is going to be the Ford Houses and Castlecroft corridor adventure. Well, basically it'll be like Pendeford adventure part 1. And part 2 is going to be tomorrow, so don't miss that. Here we are, we're on board bus number 16, National Express West Midlands, going from Stourbridge to Wolverhampton. And of course, I'm not going to be alone on this trip. Of course, Wolverhampton Transport Lad is going to be with me again. And so we're going to get the 16 up to Wolvo, then I'm going to get the 920 Diamond Bus 65 to the Ford Houses, and then get the number 3 to Castlecroft. So here we are, just now at just now waiting at the traffic lights, and then we'll be on our way So now we'll be on our way up to Wolverhampton. So we're just going through Wordsley first, and then we'll continue our journey up to the Ford Houses. Enjoy the journey. Anyway, here we are, going down these country lanes. So we're just coming into Swindon. Not Swindon in Wiltshire. This is a total different Swindon. And as you know, the 16, which used to be the 256. If you remember, the 16 used to go via Himley Way to get to Womben, but that was changed in early 2020 from when the 15 was routed via Himley and the 16 was routed via this route. And the 15, which used to be the 255, used to come down this route. And then in 2025 last year, the 15 was shortened to Womborne only because the garage was transferred from the operation was transferred from Wolverhampton Park Lane Garage to Pensneck Garage, and so it only goes as far as Womborne, and on the weekday evening to Sunday it just goes to Wall Heath, whereas the 16 went to every 20 minutes on the weekday and every half an hour on the weekends, and I think it's only on a Sunday because I know there's a 16A, but I don't know. Comment below. Anyway, here we go, we're just going around these windy roads. As you say, don't remind me to say windy roads like the 296. Anyway, here we go. Going up, so I'll see ya on the Pen Road. Okay then guys, we are just now coming up towards the Pen Road in a moment, so just bear with me. So here we go. So you got the A4653 that goes 6463 towards Warsaw, and then we're gonna get towards Wolverhampton. So I follow the A449, and this is where the thrash begins at 50 miles an hour. Then we're gonna go up the A449 towards Wolverhampton, then the other way to Kidderminster. Here we go. We're not going at good speed, but we'll do our best. Well, I can only go as quick as to a certain speed, but here we go.
Next stop, Wikinia Lane.
So 20 miles into Stafford, 4 miles into the city, Wolverhampton. 300 yards. In 150 yards. So here we are, going up the Pen Road now.
Next stop, Miller and Carter.
Miller and Carter. Anyway, here comes this Stourbridge bound 16. That's a standard E400. And yeah, that's got the next stop announcements in. Because as you know, all buses are going to have to use next stop announcements soon. By the UK law, of course, we're picking the speed up a bit. Here we are, just arriving at the Miller and Carter. Anyway, over there is Sir Reginald Blomfield's pylon, because these pylons.
Stop. Springfield Link.
So we can only go at a certain speed on this stuff. There's the Mill and Carter, the old Pen Cottage. It used to also be a beef theatre. And there's the other part of Sir Reginald Blomfield's pylon. Sir Reginald Blomfield, he was the architect who invented pylons, where it's named in the desert. Well, then transmission lines, so we're now at a 40-mile speed limit. So this is Lloyd Hill, and the A449 towards Wolverhampton, M6, because basically you get the M6 like up at over in Cannock, but the nearest one's at Penkridge. So you get on at Penkridge, go northbound. That goes into Spring Hill. And that is where we'll be for the number 4 video. It'll either be tomorrow, but as you know, I'll keep you informed on Joe's Bus Train Plane Lift Adventures. So it should be not long until we get to the city. I have to say it's a brilliant day today. Lovely sunny weather. Please make sure you keep yourselves hydrated today. And here's a bit of a secret, is Springfield Models, which is there. Apparently only opens Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and of course it used to be a post office, but if you remember, the post office itself is now preserved down at the Black Country Living Museum in Dudley, and that is where I was when I did the Black Country Museum vlog. If you've not seen that vlog on the channel, hover over because you'll see, because that was where me and Mia went out vlogging. Okay then guys, here we come into the city centre of Wolverhampton. So anyway, we're just coming in by the Tesco's, which used to be back in the day as Safeway. Then the Safeway group was sold to Morrison's, but apparently this branch didn't become a Morrison's, it became a Waitrose and Partners. I am the one and only. But it didn't last for long, and now it's Tesco. And remember, don't forget to scan or tap your club card. So anyway, there's the St. Peter's Church, which sits in the heart of the city, and that green building there, that is the Manor House, which is above the city's main shopping centre, the Manor Centre. And the Manor Centre itself, well, that's one of the major shopping centres here in Wolverhampton. And of course you've got, and that is also where WCRFM, the radio station, is broadcasted live from. Because you can hear that they play the music over the PA, over the speakers in the Manor Centre. If you've not been in the centre before, you would have heard talking, and you probably know where that talking's coming from. Them very studios in that building there, Manor House. So it's located on top, it's on the main Manor Centre car park on roof level, because what they do, they usually call back in the day, they usually called the levels, the lower level, square level, the upper level, gallery level, and the car park level, roof level. Anyway, there's St John's Church there, which is the second church in Wolverhampton. Of course, there is the St George's Church, but St George's Church had last been used as a Sainsbury's supermarket until their relocation to a purpose-built store at St Mark's, just by St Mark's Church. Chapel Ash, there's the Jaguar and Land Rover car dealership, and just coming up is the Cherry Garage, because there's quite a few car dealerships around here. So you got Brindley Group here. So, and of course you've got Kia. So you've got the Kia garage, you've got the Cherry. So they do all the electric cars, they do. I know I think they still sell diesel cars, Kia do, but most cars are now going electric. Here's the Mercedes-Benz garage. So we're coming to Wolverhampton, and there's that old building, the old market hall. That reminds me of Mikado, that does, when it was a thing in Orlando, International Drive. So, just arriving at the city. So operators, there's some tower cranes, so there must be work going on. Of course, as you know, the city centre in Wolverhampton, you've got loads of different operators here. You've got National Express, who's the main operator. Of course, you've got Let's Go Travel Express, who compete on 11s, 59s and 1s with National Express. Let's Go Travel Express. You've got Bangor, that does the 891 to Telford, 530 to Rockpool, 53 to Bilston, and 81s to Dudley. And of course, you've got Chase Rider, who do service 5 to Codsall, 25 to Pendeford, 57 to Willenhall, 70 and 71 to Cannock. So you've got Chase Rider, you've got Diamond that does like the locals, like 61, 63, 4, 61, 62, sorry, 61, 63, 64, 65, and because they do them. Of course, 26 is on the evening and Sunday. Of course, they also do the 27, 27A and the 82 on Sundays and evenings. And so that's all the operators you'll find here in Wolverhampton. Of course, there's Select that does 667, and don't remind me of saying 67. And that's the Cannock service. Of course, there's the 876 to Stafford. So there's only 2 services run by Select that come into Wolverhampton, 67 and 876. Bus stopping. Please remain seated until the bus stops. Now, as you know, National Express don't say that over their system. That's only Chase Rider. And of course, Stagecoach, but Stagecoach's version says, bus stopping. Please remain seated until the vehicle comes to a complete stop. Whereas Chase Rider, they say, bus stopping. Please remain seated until the bus stops. Anyway, there's the Marder Centre, and of course it is adjoined to the Wolverhampton Centre. And the main anchor store in the Marder Centre is of course Fraser's, which basically was the name replacement for House of Fraser. And House of Fraser here in Wolverhampton used to be BT's, because a lot of folks used to come to Wolverhampton just to go to BT's. But BT's became part of the House of Fraser group in the 2000s. It did lose a bit of the BT's tradition, like the toy department, but then eventually they were planning to close it in early 2019, but it was pushed back, and then when Fraser's confirmed it will move into the Manchester Centre, the BT's block did eventually close. And of course, the Fraser's in the Manchester Centre, that used to be, it started off as Owen Owen, which was a department store based in Liverpool. Changed hands to TJ Hughes.
Wolverhampton Police Station.
So it changed to TJ Hughes, which was another Liverpool-based chain, but that was more of a discount department store. Then in 2011, TJ Hughes went bust, and the company was then shut down, and the unit became home living. But then the site was then redeveloped for a new Debenham store that came in autumn 2017 as part of the refurbishment plan of bringing shops back into Wolverhampton, because a lot of folks were going over to Telford, Birmingham, even Bentley Bridge and Merry Hill to shop because the retailers weren't in the city. So they had to open up the whole of the Central Mall itself by removing the central glass lifts and the original escalators, so people could see from one side to the other and see the new Debenhams. And they attracted names such as H&M, B&M, Wilko's, Matalan, One Below, which is now One Beyond, which was rebranded from Pound World. And then eventually they confirmed the closure. That Debenhams would close in 2019 when the company first went bust, until 2020 when the whole chain went under, and that meant all the stores would close. Anyway, there's a Bangor bus E200 YX61 BYC. That's on the 5:30 service to Rocket Pool. That's going to Rocket Pool. That's going to Rocket Pool on the 5:30. That's a 61 registration. And so that's preparing for the 5:30 to Rocket Pool. Bank has been doing the 5:30 for a good many years now. Nice independent to travel with in Wolverhampton, Bangor is. So the next stop is Wolverhampton bus station.
Next stop, Wolverhampton bus station.
So I'll see you in the station. Anyway, here's some bus action going on at Wolverhampton bus station. So there's an E400 going out on the 33 towards Northwood Park. If you've not seen that one, G33. There's a Lecky on the X8 coming in from Birmingham. There's a Chase Rider street light parked up there. The Diamond one's behind it. There's a Volvo V7 RLA right Eclipse Urban Mark II just parked in the lay-by. And there's a Pulsar and the Reaver one just behind that fence. So we're here. So I'm waiting for a number 6 to roll into the station. Anyway, there's Let's Go Travel Express on the service coming into Wolverhampton on one of the commercial services. So it's the 11s and 59s under Let's Go banner that come into the bus station. There goes the 16 going to Starbridge. That's a platinum bus. I came in on the X-Hybrid ones, which were initially for the number 1 service, Dudley to Tettenhall Wood. Just waiting for the for a bus to come in to roll into the station. Should be rolling in. Oh, here comes E1190. That's on the 6A from Wolverhampton. So 6A from Wolverhampton. There's a number 2. Rolling in. And there's number 2 just rolled in. So we'll be catching the 9:20 65 service bound for Ford Houses, which is Diamond. Previously, Let's Go used to run that service. Let's Go did that route before Diamond, and Diamond did it prior to that because Diamond did it from the old Arriva Wensfield operations, because Arriva Wensfield used to do the service prior to that. So got my shorts on, t-shirt, sun hat, glasses, neck coolers as well, even though the 65 is going to either be an ILS bus or a Mella. Anyway, there's the 10 going towards coming in from Purton, E200. So 10's just arrived in. There's a 59 going towards Ashmore Park. The 59, the 59, the 59, the 59. As you probably know, that was something that I mocked from Binley's Mega Chippy. So the time is now 8:57. So I'm just waiting for Wolverhampton Transport lad to come round, and then we'll start the journey. Anyway, there's the street light Chase Rider. It's going towards, don't know what that's doing, probably the 5 to Cotsall. Oh, there's an ex-London bus, E200, dual door system. Done that on the 11s 2 weeks ago if you've not seen the video. Check that one out. Here's Wolverhampton Transport lads.
Hey guys.
So, as you know, we're going to be doing the 65 first.
And the 3.
Yeah, it's going to be an exciting adventure.
It is, yeah.
So we're going to just crack on with things. Forward houses.
So then
Right,
guys,
there's
the
a
65 service from Wolverhampton
There's
to the
9
Ford
pounds for the
houses
service to Bridge North.
is a long established
So we're just
Wolverhampton
on the,
area service linking the city centre with
65
Heath Town, New Cross
to Ford
Hospital,
houses.
Wensfield,
So
Wood
just
End,
enjoy
Long
the
Knoll,
journey.
Northwood Park and Ford houses, and is currently operated by Diamond Bus. And the service links up to New Cross Hospital. 2022, a major change came into force when the 65, along with its sisters 63 and 64, lost the TFWM contract with Diamond, and the route was due to transfer to Let's Go Travel Express,
So
an
here we are, we're now on
independent
the
based in
65.
Wolverhampton.
So as you know,
Continue to follow the same route,
I had to
And then
name
in
the title
2024, Travel Express Let's Go subsequently
65. This is just to
its
avoid
operating
confusion with the
licence revoked by Traffic
DIA
which was a
65
little
and
bit of a
also the
similar
DIA
way to
Red
what happened
65.
with
That's
operators
because
in
there's far too
Worcestershire,
many
like
65s
Coniston
on the Diamond
Coaches
network.
and,
The other Tiverdale
R&B
65
travel.
is located up at
and a
Wensbury.
result, the
Well, in the
Transport for West
Wensbury
Midlands
area,
awarded
which
the
basically
supported
starts in Darlow,
63,
Darlaston.
64, 65
And
back
that goes down to the
Diamond.
Woods Estate.
And
then the other 65, well, that one's ready. Oh, there's an E400, driver training vehicle. That's where people probably get service ready. You know, just going under the bridge at Wolverhampton rail station.
No, he's not alone.
As you know, I'm not alone because Wolverhampton Transport lads with me today.
Today.
Yeah, so
We've got to make sure we drink plenty. So it's warm.
Yeah, I did remind everyone when I was on the journey this morning on the 16. So here we are. Okay then guys, so we're just now on our way. So as you know, this used to be an Arriva service many years ago. I think Choice Travel also did this.
It used to be Arriva Wensfield.
Yeah, Arriva.
That depot is now a lorry yard.
Yeah, so as you know, Arriva Wensfield used to do it, which started off and I think Choice did this before then got branded as Midland, then Arriva Wensfield.
I'd say do your research just to be on the safe side.
Yeah, now I do remember it was a Choice garage because Choice Travel used to be based there. Then it was branded as Midland, which was part of the D&G group, and then it became Arriva Midlands for Wensfield, and then 2017 Arriva sold their Wensfield operations to Rotala, Diamond Bus. So Diamond has been doing their 65 for a while now. Now, if you remember, in 2022 Diamond lost the 65 contract to Let's Go Travel Express, Wolverhampton, and then when Let's Go announced they'd terminate the tendered contracts in 2024, Diamond had the route back. Of course, we've got aircon, which is good. There's the Asda in Heath Town.
New Cross Hospital. As you know, the 65 covers the New Cross Hospital complex. So there's the welcome sign. Here we are arriving at the hospital for the Royal Wolverhampton NHS Trust. So there is, so you've got Diamond 65 that comes down here, Bangor buses on the 53, and of course, I think the 69 comes through here as well, and I bet the 60. So anyway, there's all the different departments, location A33, Wolverhampton, Midland Counties I department, all the different departments in here, and then there's the outpatients. So you've got all these different departments to meet the demand, the healthcare settings. Yeah, the 69 comes here, and the 69, that's the only National Express service that serves this hospital. Here we are. So anyway, these vehicles are quite easy to navigate on the hospital grounds, because this is why a smaller vehicle is more practical for the 65 route. Even though if you look at NX on the 69 route, they usually take the big B7s, but I know a big B7 could definitely fit down here, but basically it's the rest of the route on the 65 that probably struggles because I know there's a bridge somewhere on this route that's too low to take vehicles like the street lights, whereas these vehicles are perfectly fit for the route. There's a vehicle not in service on the 71 going towards, well, basically it should be 71 to Cannock. One Ice Rider. And just coming up now is the Wolverhampton Swimming and Fitness Centre, which is right there, which has also a fun pool as well. So the water features you'll have in there is like a fan spray, a mushroom, well there's 2 fan sprays, there's an air geyser, lagoon burst, 2 water slides, the lazy river, and of course the wave machine. Shopping park. The all the stores are. You've got Home Bargains, B&M Bargains, Boots, Peacocks, Superdrug, JD, Mountain Warehouse, Hobbycraft, Dreams, Digger Max, Just for Pets, Pure Gym, and of course Aldi. Of course there is the Cosmo Buffet place here as well, and of course there's Sainsbury's as well. Of course you've got Costa Coffee. Of course you got your Mackie D's. Anyway, there's a Mellow Strata on the 65, going back towards Wolverhampton.
Again.
Anyway. Anyway, there's so we're now arriving at Winsfield. Of course, we've got Aaron Foods, which used to be at Woolworths. That's the wonder of Woolworths. Anyway, so that used to be where the old Woolworths was. So here we are in High Street, Winsfield. So got your. Here we are. Anyway, just overtaking the 71 service. So now within the High Street in Winsfield. So you got Compton Care. There's a 59, and there's a 9. Now we're crossing the canal. Woodend Express. Canuck B4484 A460. Here we go. Castle Pool. New pheasant. Nevada's reserve 5202 on the 25. Going towards Pendeford. I think probably on Wolverhampton.
So now turning on to Underhill Lane, also for Bushbury Cemetery and Quindle. Just going past the 11 terminus. That's where we were 2 weeks ago, Wolverhampton Transport Lads. If you remember when we did the 11s in a Let's Go vehicle. And this is where we'll then do the number 3. Oh, that's... Okay. Now here we go. Now let me tell you. Let's turn the. Here we go again. So anyway, one morning I was actually doing the 25 when it was Diamond, just going up to Dudley.
25, you mean 224?
Well, I did the 25, then I did the 229, and then got the 224 for the first time, a Diamond bus from Sedgley to Bilston, which is now run by Caroline. Oh yeah. So I go on it.
Continue the story.
So I got on it from Sedgley to Bilston, and then as I got to Bilston bus station, I then went to start taking pickies of buses, and then I saw this figure with a bag of chips from the nearby Major's Chippy, which is the best chippy in Bilston. And then he saw me taking pictures of the buses, and he's thinking, hang on, there's a bus spotter, and I think I know who that is. And then the 5:30 rolled in, and he was meant to be getting the 25, but apparently he followed me on just to track me down. So then eventually, as we were on the move, eventually I heard my voice on a video. I looked around, I was thinking, the voice seems to be a mystery. It sounds like a ghost. And then I said to this person, are you watching my videos? And it turned out to be Black Country Traveller when it was a thing. And that's how we end up today. We're out together, like we've done like North Wolverhampton. Today we're doing Pendeford. This is part 1, Pendeford adventure, because part 2's to come tomorrow. So
do like the entire thing today because we like split it to make it easier.
yeah, because of time limit.
Yeah, obviously time limits, and you have to like hit kilometres to.
Which basically will be tomorrow, because so I think after this I'm going to do the 41 over in Friar Park.
Okay.
Because I'm going to split it because of the traffic as well and ongoing stuff.
That means you have to get the 40
Yeah.
to Wednesbury Middle.
Yeah, I think I'll get the 65 up over to Wednesbury and then just stream the Friar Park bit because that's a bit tight on that end. Because some routes I'll have to stream. This is down to personal circumstances, which is not to be mentioned on this channel, but would be mentioned in like a quiet conversation. Okay, continuing the journey. So we're now continuing the journey. So not far left till we get to the Ford Houses estate. Well, the Ford Houses business park as it is, because apparently it's a business park, and like we're then going to get the best. We are going to get the number 3, which operates on the Pendeford corridor for National Express West Midlands. So the Pendeford corridor includes 3s, 4s, and the 6th group, and of course the 5s on Sundays and evenings. Whereas the Birmingham corridor, it's the 8, X8, 32s, and 33. On the Bilston corridor, it's I think the 11s is on it, but I think most of that is part of the Wednesfield corridor. And then, well, basically it's the 82 and the 79, but 79 sometimes is shared alongside the Walsall corridor, so it's a bit of a mix around, while the 1's on its own. And then the 62, that's on Compton Circulars. So it's a bit of a mixed rotor. And then, of course, Wombourne corridor is the 2s, 16 and 16A. The 15 used to be on the Wombourne corridor, but now it's just like Wombourne to Merry Hill, and that's on the Merry Hill corridor, and that's run from a separate garage now. That's run from Pensnet, because Pensnet don't go into Wolverhampton, only on the Sunday when they run the Dudley corridor on the 81. So here we are. We're not far left to go now until we get to. So look, we've got a little bit of a rural feel to the route. Rural feel. So if you remember, like last year, we did the 60, which I made Wolverhampton Transport lads become its favourite route. And then last year, we did do the 8 to 8, which apparently was a very, very longer route because of the
We need to
Dudley.
do the 826 next.
Yeah, at some point
We
we'll.
also need to try and do 8412.
And then do the Swift to Derby.
And then do the is it V1 to Burton?
Say again.
Is it the V1 to Burton?
V1, yeah.
And then we can go from Burton to Plymouth.
Yeah.
So we could probably do the 12 if we want.
Yeah, we could do at some point, and maybe one day we could do Skylink Derby all the way to Leicester, the Kinch bus. And the funniest thing was, when it gets to East Midlands Airport, it goes into a foreign language. From like Espanya and to French, I don't know, German. Anyway, here we are going under the bridge.
Should make it to the next number 3. Not long.
Well, it should be.
Should have a hybrid.
Yeah, that'll be good if we have a hybrid on the 3.
You never know. We might have Al who might be driving, or we might not have Al. I need someone else to spend my day.
Yep.
I have to see my girlfriend today. I reckon so.
Okay, here we go. Now arriving at Ford Houses. This is the terminus of the 65. Thanks for travelling. See you again soon.
I'll see you guys on the number 3.
Yep, number 3 is the next route. Anyway, here's the Ford Houses business park. Welcome to Ford House.
It is now time to ride on National Express West Midlands, and we are now going to go on to an AGL Enviro 400 hybrid on the service 3 from Ford Houses to Castlecroft. The 3, it has a particular history because today's Ford Houses to Castlecroft service can trace part of its ancestry track back to the Wolverhampton trolleybus network. The number 3 service originally operated as a trolleybus route in Wolverhampton, and it ran from the city centre towards Ford Houses along the Stafford Road corridor. By the early 1960s, the number 3 was the last remaining trolleybus route serving the northern side of the city, and trolleybus operation ended on the 26th of January 1964 when the trolleybuses were replaced by motor buses. The route was then split Wolverhampton to Ford Houses and the other half to Bushbury Hill. And the Ford Houses section retained the number 3, while the Bushbury Hill section became the 98. Over the following decades, the network was repeatedly renumbered, reorganised. The present day 3 eventually developed into a cross-city route linking the northern and western side of Wolverhampton. And this is under today's operator of National Express.
So then we've just arrived at Ford Houses, and here's Wolverhampton Transport lads. So this is the terminus of the 3 and the 65. So we're waiting for a number 3 next.
We should have 5423, which is a hybrid.
A hissing hybrid, which I had on the 16 from Starbridge.
You had 5405, we've got 5423.
Yeah. So I'm just here at Ford Houses, just waiting for the bus to arrive. Okay then guys, we are now ready for our departure on the service number 3 to Castlecroft. So Wolverhampton Transport lad is below me. So we are on 5423, which is nicknamed a hissing hybrid. As you can tell, this is the interior of the bus. Green seats. So I've got the green seats on this one. So I'm just waiting for our departure, so I'm due to leave in a minute. So let me just go back to the front of the vehicle. So I'm just about to depart in a minute. So CCTV is in operation throughout the vehicle. It's there for everyone's safety. So Wolverhampton Transport lads downstairs. So he's going to show me the 3 today. Never done a 3 before here in Wolverhampton. I've only done like the major routes like the 8s, X8, 79s, 16s, 529s, 10s, also the 11s. So here we go. Anyway, there's a street light, white one, ex-Aston's coaches. That's on the 876 service going towards Stafford. MX-15AFU, that one is. Aston's coaches based in Worcester. Oh, because I remember when I had that on the windy roads of the 296. So anyway, going right goes towards Stafford via the A449 and the I-54 Business Park, A4510.
Next stop, Springfield Lane.
Springfield Lane. So of course next stop announcements are programmed on this vehicle, as you'll be hearing this throughout most of the journey. And this is 3, 2, Castlecroft. The Morton Arms. .876 we're now alongside.
Next stop, Stafford Road.
Straight ahead goes to the city, but but basically the 3 goes right round this part of the route, so we're going through most of the business areas. So the next stop is Stafford Road towards I-54.
Next stop, Redhurst Drive.
There's a Lecky on the 6 going towards Wolverhampton. Now of course I put the Leckies on the 6 lately because of the school holidays and a lot of folks getting out and about on their jollies. So this is Upton Green. This is where we also go alongside the 25. Upton Green. 3, 2, Castlecroft.
Next stop, Sandon Road.
Sandon Road.
Next stop, St. Anne's Road.
sorry, going towards Ford Houses. Now these hybrid buses were originally for the number 1, but they've since been working other routes now, because the one have gone for those new modern electric vehicles, which are the street deck electroliners. Hang on, we're now. So anyway, sorry about this hold up. So anyway, we're now in Oxley. So now in Oxley, there's the Ming Moon, an abandoned pub. So.
Next stop, Barrington Close.
Anyway, we're now going down Oxley, Barrington Close.
Next stop, Lodge Road. Next stop, Greenwood Road.
Right, here's the Hungry Horse, the Gatehouse pub. And we all know what Hungry Horse is famous for doing. Quadzilla Burger. Right, there's the Gatehouse. Oh, there's a E400 hybrid on the floor to the A54. That's going to be done in tomorrow's vlog.
Next stop, Polish Church.
it is, Wolverhampton Wanderers Football Club. The Molineux Stadium. So we're now by the Molineux Stadium. Well, there's the free going to Ford houses. And here comes the baby E200. Where is that baby?
Next stop, University of Wolverhampton.
Right, there's a 62 service. Going towards Compton. Yeah, that's 762. That's the baby Enviro 200, because as you know, the 62 can only take the smaller sized E200s because of the tight turns. It was worked by Optare Solos, and prior to that, and most recently, it was then Wright Streetlight WFs, which have now no longer part of the fleet. Pretty shame though, because they could have been ideal as well for the 142 Binsnet. But that's normally E200s. Okay, here we are coming into Wolverhampton. So here's the university. There's a E400 hybrid on the 2 to Bushbury. So it's sitting in the so here we are. Right then guys, as you can probably tell, I'll have to possibly stream the last bit from Wolverhampton bit. This is due to the weather affecting the heat. Well, the heat going
Next
into my
stop,
phone.
Art Gallery.
So that means I'll have to just stream the last bit. So I do apologise for that, but this is one of them things, because if your device becomes hot, because I don't want it to burn up so quickly, so what I'll do, I'll just stream the last bit because of the heat. But I'll see you later on. So what I've done, I've actually put this bit in from the video. If you've been watching the Forge us, you might see I was filming a double decker, but the camera couldn't hold it for very long because of the heat. So I'm now filming on a single deck on the 4 route. If you might hear this narration on both the 3 video and the 4, but I'm not going to narrate for a moment, so just enjoy. Amanda Thompson's now.
Okay then guys, as you can tell that I'm now streaming the service number 3. Now the reason why I had to stream it last minute, because due to the fact that my camera overheated, so I just didn't want to take the risk of it like getting too hot so quickly. So I'm having to now stream the route. So apologies on that. And I just hope you enjoy the rest of the trip. So this is an NX service that's operated on the Pendeford corridor for National Express at Wolverhampton Park Lane. I have got some more videos to come. I am delivering you some more, so just keep your eyes peeled, guys. I have got more to upload. So I am delivering you more videos. So just bear with me. So the next video after this one is going to be another 65 service. This one in particular being the service from Darlaston Asda to the Woods estate, which probably most people think, oh, the Woods, that feels a bit scary. But basically that's just the estate. But you'll probably hear from the iVona technology which I use on the intro that it'll be, this is a 65 service to Friar Park Woods estate.
Okay then guys, we just got to Castlecroft, the terminus at the 3, which is the southern terminus. Now unfortunately, as you can tell, once again my camera was getting very hot and I just didn't want to take the risk of having it shut down completely, so I just waited for that to cool down. So I stored it in my bag, so I had to stream it virtual. So I do apologise, because as you know, it can't be out with this weather because these models do overheat quickly, but there's nothing you can do, I'm afraid. You just have to put up with it and just let YouTube make its impact. So I'm just here on the break. So there's Wolverhampton Transport Lads. So we're waiting for the next number 3.
Got plenty of shade, so we'll be all right.
To go back to City.
Okay, we're now back in the Manda Centre, or Wolverhampton Centre, little blooper. We're just having a bit of fun here. Come down to Wolverhampton and come and see this. Get your photo taken. How cool's that? Anyway, I'm going to hand the phone back to Joe. Thank you very much.
Anyway, as you know, I've just done the 79 to Darlow Asda, Darlaston, as folks call Darlow. And of course, I've got some lovely pickies of the planes, because apparently today's a lovely, beautiful day. And the sky's clear, so you can see the planes heading in and out of Birmingham Airport. So now we're at Darlow Asda. Now we're going to do something that I was actually desperate of wanting to do for ages. And this is the Diamond Bus service, 65 service. Now you think, hey, I've just done a 65 already, but this is a total different one. This one is the DIA, which is DIA, which actually means Darlaston, which is the 65 that goes from Darlaston to the Woods estate over in Friar Park. This is run by Diamond Bus from Tividale, again. And it's using a Mercedes-Benz Sprinter RLS bus with aircon, because we need aircon in this weather. And just waiting for it to come over. And so I just hope you enjoy the journey. So here we are, we're just coming to the bus stop, which is this one, the same stand as the 79 going towards Wolverhampton, and also the 310 to Wednesbury. Now, we've done the 310 last year. That was when we did the 23, when Caroline Coaches took over the route. So just going to this stop here. So here we are. So 310, that's Willenhall to Wednesbury via Darlaston. That one goes out at 32, so that's hourly. But we're just getting the one at 1310, which is a 65. Now, that route used to be operated by Arriva. Igo did it. I don't know what the number was before that, but then I know Igo did it, then Arriva, then Diamond did it. Because when Diamond bought Arriva Wensfield, then it went to an operator called Walsall Community Transport, which used Fiat Ducato Mela Orions, but then last year they gave up the contract and Diamond took the route back. Using ILS Bus iCity. Sometimes they're putting up Tear Solo on the route, but this is my first ever time I'm ever going to do the 65 route to the Woods estate. Ooh, it feels a bit scary though. I think, oh, I'll drop you off at the Woods. So anyway, we're just waiting for the 65 to arrive.
Okay then, guys, we are on the 65 service bound for Woods Estate, operated by Diamond Bus. Now, as you probably know, all this video is muted. This was due to a lot of copyright music going on in the background, but just enjoy the journey. We are now travelling on a total different 65 now. This is the 65 that goes from Darlaston to the Woods Estate and is still operated by Diamond, running from the same garage, Tividale, just operating in a different region. Now, here is the operational change. In 2023, the route was taken over by Walsall Community Transport from Diamond Bus. But 2 years later, a significant recent change happened when the 65 was put out to tender by Transport for West Midlands, and then Diamond Bus won the tender with the contract formally awarded on the 30th of November 2024. From January 2025, Diamond therefore became the operator with no change to the route or timetable at the time. Now, Arriva used to do the service, and also several operators did it, even IGO. So this is the 65 from Darlaston to the Woods. Caroline, 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 on the 41, 41. From where? From Friar Park to West Bromwich, It has an ADL Enviro 200 MMC. Hello there everyone. As you know, we just come off the 65 service from Darlaston to the Woods Estate. Of course, I'm now walking down through Friar Park area to do the 41 service from Friar Park to West Bromwich, operated by Bescot-based independent Caroline Coaches. So I'm just making my way to the bus stop to get on the 41. So I hope you enjoy the journey. Now the next route is the 41 service from Friar Park to West Brom, operated by Caroline Coaches. And this route has a quite long history, with its roots going back well before the present day service. Bus services to Friar Park began in 1929 when West Brom Corporation introduced the service to the newly developed estate. When the corporation began using route numbers in 1931, Friar Park short working became service 12, while the through service was numbered 11, running through to Wednesbury. The corridor subsequently went through a complicated series of renumberings, 1112, then became 410, 411, 411A, 412, 414, 41. The 410 and 411 numbers appeared in 1977. That was when the BG Staying Alive came along. When the West Brom routes were renumbered, the 411 was later withdrawn at the deregulation before being reinstated in May 1988 to replace attendant minibus service with around Church Lane. During the 1990s, the 411 became progressively important as the more frequent 410 dominated the corridor. The remaining Friar Park journeys were subsequently extended and renumbered several at times: 411A, 412, 414. The 414 operated as a minibus service between West Brom and heading up towards Wallows Lane Morrison's. And that was then replaced by the present day 41. The present day 41 was introduced in October 2012, operating between West Brom and Friar Park, operated by Diamond Bus. It was accompanied by the 41A, which served West Brom to Wednesbury. Both became associated with themselves. Diamond operated the contract for many years, and the route had become a useful link from Friar Park through Stonecross, Hackney from Hall End into West Brom town centre. The 41 and 41A were particularly useful for the residential areas away from the main corridor. A major change occurred in January 2025 when the TfWM contract on the 41 and 41A was retendered, and Caroline Coaches of Bescot won the contract with Diamond, consequently withdrawing from the 41 and Caroline taking over. At the same time, the 41A was withdrawn. Additional journeys were incorporated into the 41 timetable, with a minor change at the West Bromwich end.
West Bromwich.
So this is all the information as we know today.
next stop is Stone Cross. stop is Hall End, Vicarage Road.
So, to finish off this blog, I popped into the range in Oldbury. And did you know that the old home base is now the range? But however, you probably expect that you're back in home base, because what they've done, they've kept the same layout as home base, but they just stocked it with all the range products. But who loves a range trip? It is located on the Albury Green Retail Park, opposite Sainsbury's.